Hello everybody, I am Patches and welcome back to Banished. Now I have played this a bit on my own since last time and I do have a bit better idea of what we can do. Wrong thing. I don't think you can get anything from that unless you can get milk. Maybe we should set up a herdsman and find out. Oh, I can't, I've got 9 people. Shit, I've only got 9 people. Alright, so let's bring down fishermen and set up the hunters. Alright, so this is going to be a bit interesting because we are pretty low on people. I'm not sure honestly if I can get this to a point of redemption fully, but we will find out. I'm not sure I set this up the best either. So what did I have built and what did I have getting set up to be built? Alright, so let's just put a pause on these. And what do we got here? The market. I'm gonna... No, all the... No, there's still more stone to go there. Okay, so let's see how everything's been going. That's going pretty well. Hunting, not too bad. Herbalist is not getting a real lot. I mean, a lot of her area is kind of blocked off by mountains. I should have had that closer. Alright, let's just... I'm going to have this removed because it's just pointless. So that should be getting demolished as soon as that's done. Now, foresters we should have. So let's bring down one of the gatherers, put in a forester, and I don't want anyone working there. I don't want you working there, I want that being removed. Remove that structure. But we do need someone on building, but most of all we need food to start off with, and we need people. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 houses? 6 houses. And they're not hugely full. But we really need to get food supplies going. What is this? Oh, that's a schoolhouse. Okay. So we need to be smart about this. I'm going to take the forester off now and I'm just going to have them as a labourer. We do need the farmer, but we're going to need so many more farms than that. But at this point, we can't take too many people off of what they're doing, or we're not going to have food or supplies. We've got no one cutting firewood, but we do have a fair amount of firewood. If we had more herbs, I'd cut the herbalist off for now. Alright, so let's just see how we go. And speed this up in editing and see how we get about gathering up enough food. Well, this is going to be bad. So the main problem we have at the moment is that this place has gone maybe a little too far to heck before we got anywhere. So, I mean, we've got a pretty good supply of food for how many people we have. We're out of tools, we don't have the iron to make them. We're out of warm clothes. We do have some of the supplies to make clothes, so we could do some more of those. In fact, I'm going to send someone there now. But we don't have tools. We haven't really got a good resource gathering set up. Basically, I made this pretty poorly before I worked out how the game worked, so we'll see if it's salvageable. But at this point I'm not really thinking it is. But we'll see how we'll go. What is this? Oh well. Forgot I was doing that. I don't know why you need a well. I played this quite a bit on my own in other save files and I've never ever had use for a well. In fact, I might just go no and no. don't think I put down any more, but I've not found a use for them once. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Got someone in the trading post now. You know, multiple people in the trading post. Not that we really have much to trade, but what are you offering? Stone. We could use some stone. Is that what you're offering? Why is no one working in the other orchard? Fine. Go work in the other orchard. I just need the trees planted and then you can stop working there. So the orchards are really useful because once the trees are planted, I mean, they don't provide food for a couple years, but once the trees are planted, you don't actually have to have anyone on there except for harvesting and cutting down the trees once they get old, because they'll stop producing, they'll just fall down anyway. So if you cut them down, it gives you a bit of extra wood. But once they're got all of them at about this height, you can just take people out of there and leave them to their own devices, such as now. So that's that one. So we'll cut work off of there, which means we can take one more farmer out. And that's the other one who's supposed to be getting worked on. So once the trees are about that level, you can just leave them for a couple years to their own devices. You only need people in there to collect the food and to cut the trees down and replant them. So it's a good way to get food without having people working on stuff all the time. A bit like this. I mean, there might be some benefit to having someone in there with the cattle. Maybe you can get milk from them. I know the sheep you can still collect wool. But you don't have to have someone in there for it to still work. Why aren't the trees growing in this one yet? Logs are low. I know. Someone cut this tree down already. Actually, yeah, cut this one down. Alright, so we're out of things for the tailor, so let's get rid of the tailor for now. And at this point we just need things to keep working as best we can get them to. I might set someone onto the woodcutter again, not that we've got a lot of logs, but we do need... Just cut the trees down that are nearby. Sooner we get some wood, the better off we'll be. So we might be able to bring this back from death yet. It's just going to be a bit of a tight one. So let's try our best and see how we go. Alright, so that farm is done with. Let's cut people off of there. And get everyone collecting resources. So we need wood, we need stone, we basically need everything. So cut everything down through there. You two. Oh, I've got lots marked over there. And I've got lots marked everywhere. The problem is just getting people to do it. We really should have put the herbalist over this way more by the gatherers and the hunters. That would have worked a lot better. But we'll get our resources up, try and revive the town first, and then we'll build a new one and have it in a bit of a smarter spot. So a lot of this game is just waiting around for them to collect things. I think I'm already at full speed, so I can't speed it up anymore, unfortunately. I think, have we passed? Yes, we passed water. Alright, so let's get 2 farmers on here. Get some more food going. We'll leave everyone else as is for now. Actually, we should probably have more hunters because they collect leather for jackets as well, so that would be a bit smarter. Have we got 2 woodcutters? I don't want 2 woodcutters. How can we have... No, we can't have 2 woodcutters, so that would just be pointless. If someone would start working on this, then we'd be able to get another food supply up. At this point I think the worker is just gathering supplies. We do have work. Oh wait, did our cow die? Okay, apparently our cattle can die. Goodbye, Mr. Cow. That was a waste. just after. What are you offering? That's what we have. What are you offering? Ooh, a few things. Alright, so you've got iron. You've got iron, coal. I could use some of those. Wait, sorry. You're offering cherries and fish. I don't really care about the fish, but the cherries would be good. Because then we can grow a different crop, and I believe from my previous one that cherries grow quicker than peaches. So it'd be good to have the larger one with them. There you are, we should put that down. So as soon as those are removed, we've got another crop, which will be good. While the crops need attending the whole time that you're using them, they do produce a lot of food. Ooh. And our other orchard... Oh, let's grow cabbages for something different. Our other orchard is planted out, so we'll send them there. Might need one more farmer for that second crop. So I'm going to arrange these so that we have the farms. No, let's just go this way because sooner or later I'm going to have enough that I'm going to need to. So the farms on the left and the orchards on the right. Now, I do apologise for anyone who finds this really annoying, but having all these things pinned up here is the best way to keep track of what you've got and what you need to change around. But let's keep going. I don't know why I even have a builder set up at this point. I don't think the builder's doing anything. It would have been nice to get the schoolhouse done, because the schoolhouse increases the production of people, so they're able to do more and get more done quicker. So it is good, but it takes a bit to get going, especially when we've got so few people and so few resources all built up. We are getting a bit of stone though. Oh, people are taking supplies to it, that's good. We're just not going to build it, but we'll let it get to a good point and then we'll send someone. So where else is center this? Yeah, that's not going to happen. I've got a better idea for that. Alright, so this is finally going alright. Once these are gathered, I'll send them over here. Oh! We've got a trader, have we? What are you offering? Pecan seeds. I only need one. Alright, so we've got to offer a fair bit for that. Let's see what we can do with everything we've got in supply. Not enough. Damn. Okay. Let's increase some stuff. So, I mean, berries seem to be the most valuable. No? Does that tell me the value or just how much of it we've got there? Alright, so we have a fair amount of firewood. Actually, I think logs were more valuable than firewood, so let's increase that by a bit. Maybe some stone. I would like the pecan seeds, but it may not be worth it, so we'll see how we go. Still not enough. I don't think it's going to be enough either. No, okay. Sorry, but at this point it's just not worth it. When we've got things a bit more stable, then it will definitely be worth it. Go work over there. Once they collect that basket, if they're going to. Someone collect that basket of food from the farm. Where is you? It's not what you're meant to be doing. You're supposed to be picking up that basket. Alright, you off. No one's going to pick up that basket, then we'll leave it. Okay, so if we set up a couple builders, the schoolhouse should get finished. And then if we can get a teacher assigned, we'll get things done a bit more productively. And we might be, yeah, on our way to salvaging this place after all. So there's probably not going to be a lot to this episode, unfortunately, because it is a lot of just micromanaging things and trying to get us back to a point where we can try to expand and get things working again. Unfortunately, I did not build this particularly well to start with, so at the moment it's really just a salvage attempt. Once we've got a few more people and can work around the building a bit more, I'll set up a gatherer somewhere in here where they'll get a bit more supplies in the herbalist, and I'll start trying to build some stuff over here. Set up a forestry and a mine and some stuff that will be a little more productive, as well as set up some houses over there so people don't have too far to go. Plus, with all that space, we should be able to set up a lot more farms and orchards. And we have winter, so let's take off our farmers, increase the hunters, and increase the fishery as well. Building a house, that's good. One more stone and they can build it. Alright, let's get another house, because the more houses we have, the more people that will be produced and will come into the town, and the more people we have to do things. So yeah, things are a bit slow, but unfortunately that's just going to be how it is until things start working out a bit better. Alright, so we need farmers again. 2, 3, 4. Got enough wood. Blacksmith's out of iron, so let's cut you out. Was it or early spring yet? We just suddenly flickered to snow. How is the hunting lodge doing? Not too bad. Could be better. I gotta build a bridge here. Why is it coming up? There we go. That will leave them more access to their hunting areas. Right, now we've got crops going both. That's good. And our market is nearly done. Not that you could fully tell looking at it. Alright. 0% 50% full. Let's send one person to the market for now. Once that house is built, we'll take the builder off and put him back to just gathering supplies. But we do have one student, so that's alright. Food. Food is indeed low. And let's see what you have to offer. Chestnut seeds. Let me guess. Far too expensive. I do want, but I can't afford. Increase the wood inventory again. Over 80. Well, I do want, unfortunately at this point I must dismiss. So once we get enough people to start working with things a bit more properly, I'm going to make this area more of a forestry, farming, mining area. And I might change all of this into like more farming and houses and more supplies that kind of fit in this area rather than continuously cutting farms into the forest and hunting areas. But that's yet to come. So after this season's done, I'm going to have to call it quits for this episode because I've been recording for basically an hour now, like 6 minutes off an hour, and by the time the season's finished it probably will be. Or maybe not, since it's just changed. But, and this is going to be a work in progress. I might do some work on this off camera and just try to get us back to a point where we can start working with things a bit more rather than just sitting around waiting for people to get everything done as is needed. Let's take all our farmers off. We'll chuck on another hunter, a couple of gatherers. We'll leave it at that. Yes, we got the house built, so that's good. That means we've got some more people. So we've got the hospital yet to finish building. And these at this point, they're doing okay, but not as well as I feel they could be. So once we get this back to a point where it's more workable again. Log limit? Why would a log limit be 200? Let's go that. I doubt they're ever going to reach that. That's reasonable. Food limit. I don't think we're ever going to reach that. I don't think there's a limit on this. Food limit again. What do we got? Herb limit? 100. Let's go 300. I don't think we'll ever reach it. So once things are a bit more workable again, I'm going to set up a big forestry gathering area over here. Oh wow, that is a really nice big area of flat land there. But we'll also set up like some mines and a quarry over here so we can get some more iron, coal and stone again. And then once we got those going, things will run a lot more smoothly, but at the moment it's just a matter of trying to keep everything going as best we can until we get enough people, because like I can build more houses but most of these houses aren't that full, so it's not, I'm not sure it's going to do a big difference, but I will work on some of that as I go. I'll do a little bit off camera and just try and get things built back up to a point where it's salvageable and we can start expanding and progressing again. But I think all of this area down here is just going to end up being like farms and housing and stuff because I just keep spreading out. There's not actually that much land where I've started out, so I might move the forestry and all that over this way in the future. But for now, I'll leave this one here. I hope you guys enjoyed it as slow and as much as we are just waiting for things to settle back down to a point where everyone's not just about to die because they've run out of firewood for heat or food, or there's not enough herbs. So I will see you guys in the next one, and until then, have fun!
We'll be right back.